There's almost 100,000 tech layoffs, and we're only in February.
The big tech hiring spree during the pandemic has come to an abrupt end. Now, a number of big tech companies, including Google, Microsoft, Salesforce, are cutting jobs. More than 68,000 have been cut from the industry just since the start of the year.
ChatGPT, we've been talking about it all day and morning and week and month now.
Data suggests that the recession literally could start any quarter.
You can't go far without hearing someone talk about a recession. Since January of 2023, we've all heard of the mass layoffs in big tech companies. The debate as to whether the US will see a recession, or even if it's experiencing one right now, is almost everywhere. In this video, Raoul Pal has shared his viewpoint on recession, Fed rates, and the general economy outlook for 2023. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more of the latest updates on the economy, crypto, and the market. So our main question today is, are we in a recession? If so, what era or decade can we compare it to? Does interest rate affect the slowdown of the economy and the chances of recession? Can we see more layoffs ahead? To know more details, stay tuned until the end of this video.
Most people want to go back to the 1970s because that was the ghost of the baby boomers past, right? So that's why J. Powell, classic baby boomer, his ghost is, I'm not going to be Arthur Burns. I'm never going to let inflation come back. Right? That kind of weird inflation went down, then went up, then went down, then went up, was, I think, a demographic phenomena by these baby boomers, right? They all came into the workforce at the same time. They're all about 30 years old when that happened, and they all started, they were in their 20s and 30s, and they all started consuming stuff, and it was the largest population bulge in all history. I think the actual best comparison is post-World War II. Now, we're going back a long way here, but why World War II? So the pandemic shut everybody out of the workforce, and factories couldn't produce goods any longer. So we have this supply issue, and everyone came back out and went, I want to buy stuff. I've been locked in my house for so long. World War II was that, but bigger. And so what happened is all the factories were making munitions, and now they had to suddenly spin up and make washing machines, and it took them ages to get everything sorted out, and supply chains were broken, and the ships were all blown up, and all of that stuff. But people came in and they wanted to buy stuff. They had some optimism again, and prices rose 20%. So CPI inflation got to 20%. What happened 2 years later is it went negative, because this wasn't demand-led. Right. It was just this weird supply-demand imbalance that happened for a short period of time.
For months, Americans have feared an oncoming recession. High inflation, layoffs in some industries, and falling real wages have left some people struggling to pay their bills. Inflation has been running above the 2% target, and there are no signs of it abating. The real risk of it is that we end up with a finance crisis and a much more severe recession. Many people believe that the current inflationary episode is reminiscent of the 1970s, when inflation ran out of control. We all know how that ended, with a severe inflation in the early 1980s. The risk now is that the same thing happens again. Raoul Pal believes the best comparison to today's economy will be to compare it with post-World War II, but let me know in the comment section below if you agree with him. Many signs indicate the US economy could be entering a rolling recession. You see, instead of a recession hitting the country all at once, it rolls through, hitting certain parts at different times. One easily visible one is the combination of recent tech layoffs and the January jobs report. Beyond tech, other sectors of the economy have also seen recent weakness. The housing market sharply declined last year, and many financial companies have had to tighten their belts as credit becomes more expensive. That includes originating fewer loans and becoming more strict about the borrowing requirements. It's essential that the Fed act now to get ahead of inflation. If they don't, we could be facing a severe economic downturn. Big tech companies, including Microsoft, Yahoo, eBay, Zoom, HubSpot, and Google, have announced layoffs in the past few months, with some companies cutting thousands or tens of thousands of jobs, with more job cuts on the horizon. And then there's AI. Will AI replace your job? Given the recent layoffs in the tech industry and the increasing prevalence of AI and ChatGPT, Raoul Pal did point out that companies are preferring AI, and he believes that many of the tech layoffs are efficiency influenced due to the newly released and publicly accessible AI tool, ChatGPT. Businesses are increasingly turning to ChatGPT to improve their communication and stay ahead in an ever more competitive marketplace. Let's get into the next clip, but before getting ahead, be sure to like this video and share.
I think this is a false narrative that the level of interest rates matter. What really matters is the rate of change. So when interest rates go from 0.5% to 4%, you really notice it fast until you adapt, right? So companies get a bit leaner, they're able to afford stuff, all that kind of stuff. But I don't think a 4% level of rates stops companies being built or growth happening or anything else. So I'm not sure that that's really the case, that the interest rate issues stop this. And, you know, do you think you would not invest in AI because interest rates are 4%? No, that's bananas. And particularly if the Federal Reserve are saying, look, we want to be tighter for longer, it means that growth coming out of the recession is going to be slower. So I don't think there's going to be a new rush to hiring. We'll probably see unemployment rising. I don't think ad spend comes back quickly because everyone's dealing with, we got too many people, not enough demand going on. So it probably plays out over the course of 2023 and into 2024. While the real recession might have ended by, you know, July or September or whatever 2023, we've still got the follow-on effects, and that thing is always where it feels a bit slow and not great. Markets can recover fully, but for us lot in the real world, it's a pain in the arse. You just held back.
So Raoul Pal believes that interest rate sensitivity is no longer a focus. A question that we've been debating is the interest rate sensitivity, which was a big theme, especially last year. While recent inflation prints have shown some progress, a few persistent categories, like core services, are associated with the historically tight labour market, suggesting that there's still a long way to go for the Fed. And with inflation still quite high above 2%, Jay Powell has commented that ongoing rates are appropriate. The Fed would stay on its tightening trajectory to restore the rebalance of the labour market and price stability, which in our view would engineer a sharp rise in unemployment and recession. So that leaves a few questions. When will the Fed tightening policy pause? Are we in a recession already with tech layoffs and all of that? What's your 2023 outlook for the economy? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. For more videos on the economy, crypto, and the market, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to give a big thumbs up to this video. I'll see you guys in the next one, adios, and thanks for watching.